Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, and Realtree.
It is December 24th. It's about 3 p.m. and I am all set up for the afternoon hunt. I'm back down on our river bottom piece where we've had all the success this year, and I have not been here since November 6th. I shot Prodigy on November 5th, and I came back out the next day to pick up some stuff, check cameras, and fly the drone. I actually saw Marino that day. Didn't have the camera with me. He is the primary target out on this farm. There's a couple other mature deer, but he's certainly the primary target we have the most history with. And my encounter with him in 2017 was just right here on the other side of the slough. And we saw him back over to the north just a little bit that year too. He's been hanging out on the farm. We don't have a ton of food out here this year. With the flood in May, we couldn't really get our beans in. We tried, but not much came up. And we have a couple good plots of turnips, and it seems to be holding the deer right now. I actually injured my shoulder pretty badly a couple weeks ago, and I can't draw my bow. I've taken some steroids and whatnot, but I've been struggling, so I decided to go and purchase a crossbow. I have never hunted with a crossbow before in my life. I love my muzzleloader. I normally really enjoy using my custom muzzleloader that I bought a few years ago, but it's legal in Iowa. The only season you can use a crossbow without a handicap license is to fill your late muzzleloader tag. And so I thought it'd be a fun thing to try out. Over the last few weeks, I have made a few hunts in the urban zone. That has been terribly slow, and have tried to fill Bella's, my 8-year-old daughter's, youth tag, and we've had some close encounters, but in general she's been a little disinterested in shooting the gun. That was another motivation for getting the crossbow, to try to get her on that, and that's going to be my plan this late muzzleloader season. She's killed a couple deer with that gun and done really well with it, and she shot it a bunch, but she kind of got caught with that doe this year, and that is still pretty fresh in her memory. The buck she shot last year, she didn't have any problems with the kick, but this year that kick kind of got her. I don't think she had the gun shouldered right, and so we're still kind of working through that, and I don't want to push her too hard. So I have checked cameras on every single farm I have access to and done some scouting, and oddly enough, I don't have many mature deer to hunt. My new farm by the office has a couple mature bucks, and none of my other farms really have anything worth chasing, so I'm back out on this farm. This farm has been the best farm we've had this year, and despite the warm weather, I'm just enjoying being out. I haven't been out hunting on this farm, like I said, for almost 2 months, and so it's pretty fun to be out and just be out enjoying Mother Nature. Well, that was a lot of action in a short amount of time. I think I probably had 20 to 30 deer come out of the peninsula. But instead of coming out right here on the field side, they came out between me and the river, which, they definitely do sometimes, but they weren't doing that very much earlier in the year. So my wind is, the lead doe eventually got my wind. But Marino was in the bunch. The closest he got was probably 170 yards. A lot of the deer were working their way, or a group of them worked their way down along the edge here into the field, and then the rest of them went ahead. He actually kind of stayed far out, closer to the river. But when the deer started running, they all kind of ran back into the peninsula. Very enjoyable sit. And hopefully Jared or I can get Marino down before the end of the year.